Many strange things happen around here.
There is a tale.
It was a night like tonight, many years ago.
There is a legend.
If you say his name above a whisper, he'll get you.
There is a warning.
On certain nights, when the moon is full, he's out there stalking in the woods.
There is a madman.
His name is Marz. Madman Marz.
Marz! Madman Marz! Here we are! Come and get us, Madman!
Don't you realize you're fooling with things beyond your control?
Madman. There is no escape.
Madman, 1982. Here's the storyline. At a summer camp for youths, cocky preteen calls out the name of mass serial killer Madman Marz. Directed by Joe Giannone. Written by Joe Giannone. Released January 1982. Tagline, Don't Say His Name. Here's the cast. Gaylen Ross as Betsy. Tony Fish as TP. Harriet Bass as Stacy. Seth Jones as Dave. Jan Clare as Ellie. Alexander Murphy Jr. as Bill. Jimmy Steele as Richie. Carl Fredericks as Max. Michael Sullivan as Dippy. Paul Ehlers as Madman Marz. Tom Belux as Tommy. And Stephen Clark as Jimmy. Now here's an old school classic 1982 slasher. Madman Marz, the psycho with an axe. I finally had a chance to revisit this film. I'm telling you something. Being it's from 1982, it still holds up. To me, this is a classic. Old school, early 80s horror. You know, you can't beat it. You know, you had Friday the 13th, 1980. You had the Halloween 2 in 81. You had numerous old school horror from the years of 80 to 82. You know, back then, there's not as much special effects as there is today, but it was enough to make it fantastic. You know, I'm a big slasher fan, as everyone knows, so I love Madman. And of course, Paul Ehlers played a character of Madman Marz. You know, a brilliant performance. Grunts, groans, and kills. That's all you need for a slasher. No talking. Just kill. You know, a lot of interesting kills in this film. You can tell it's early 80s old school slasher. They use things that's available to them. Again, fantastic film. Well acted, well shot, well written. Just a fun classic. If you haven't seen Madman, 1982, the psycho killer with an axe, Madman Marz, definitely check this out. Basically, the storyline here is Madman Marz was a farmer, married man. He went nuts, killed his family. Well, the story is, if you're in the woods and you mention Madman, he will come and get you. That's the story. Very well shot. Again, fantastic film. A good old-fashioned slick slasher from the 80s. Bring back the slash. Enough said. This is Gruesome Herzog's Horror Me Review. I give this film an 8.5 out of 10. A brilliant classic. Love it. It's in my collection, and that's where it'll stay. This is Gruesome Herzog's Horror Me Review, and I'm out of here.